Okay folks, I am back and I thought I'd bring you guys along for a little bit of an expedition. What's the clock? 45 minutes. I thought I'd real quickly show you guys around up there a bit. As well, don't really have too much to do since, well, still waiting for my mom. Could play some more tampon, but I thought, you know what, instead of leaving this video so short, well, it wasn't probably that short, but instead of leaving you guys here, I thought I would take a little walk up here and show you guys around some of these older buildings, whatnot. I can maybe show you a little bit inside of this one building, but really you gotta be kind of careful in these buildings, because first of all, there can be birds and stuff trapped in there. Second of all, these buildings aren't exactly safe, so well, you'll see what I mean. Now I don't know if they have, yeah, it seems like they have barricaded off everything. It seems, yeah, they have, is that hammered in? Yes. But as you can see, there's not really much to see in here. It's just really old building, and really the bottom side here ain't really interesting. It's mostly the top of the building here really which is interesting. And across there, whatnot. So yeah. All färdsel på eget ansvar. Well, you don't say. We could say that. So yeah, actually been quite a while since I've been up here. I used to go and walk here a lot when I was a kid. I need to take a day and kind of show you guys around this place, since I haven't really shown you guys around here much these last couple of days I've been here. So we're gonna come up to a river up in here now. Or river. The river you're hearing right there actually is still know my ways around this place. Oh well. Well, this is a part of the belt here. So this leads around the back side of the building. Here's another belt. I'm wondering if this is stuff they have used to get up on this other roof actually. Really, there's nothing to see on that other roof really. So I'm not even gonna bother going up there. If anything, it's up here the most interesting stuff is. Now, I just want to emphasize this at this point, that this is not a safe property, or safe property as in it's not Well, it would have been easier for me to go up the other side and then stepped down on that to get you guys a better view, but oh well. So here we have what seems to be some of the explosion mats. So if you walk up here, you can see all the way out to the church, and up here you have the water tower, and up here actually is what I'm going to show you guys. Is actually a part of the old mines and stuff up in here actually. So I think that would be maybe a little bit interesting for you guys. So I'll go back there and back up there, follow the trail. Or can I just kind of lusk up through here? Yes, I can. Still haven't forgotten the trails up here. So this is the old, have they moved it up here now actually? So this is the old mines and stuff. So here is the building. I'm wondering, do they still have visiting up here? I think they do. What is the people living here? There can't be people living here. No, it's not. It's just a light that's been left on. But yes, there is still power here, and there's actually still allowing people to come here and visit actually. So that's interesting. So this is the old place where we used to have trains and stuff running. You can see one of the trains right here, one of the old places right there. Flipper, one of the good old trains that used to run up in here. I believe I was in this thing once. Now everything is dead and nothing is really working here anymore. As you can clearly see, it's totally dead. But yes, this was one of the old diesel locomotives that ran here back in the day. Then you got another center diesel locomotive. This is just not really a locomotive, this is mostly just a brake house, I believe. Really, if we're gonna talk about trains, really the one to speak to if he was still alive the day today would be my grandfather, because he really knew his stuff. So yeah, he really knew his stuff. Huh, would you look at that? The that's just the motor, right? Yeah, the 3-phase, but I think that's single phase actually. The single phase motor is still alive in this thing, because I don't think that was an alternator. Then we got another fuel house. You can see things kind of just dead and gone and left here. Really, you can see there's one old wire wheel. I mean, funny enough, they have a bench up here which you can sit on. Here you have one of the older diggers. I believe this one was actually once in a lifetime in the workshop down there actually. Of course this thing is dead. So this was the lift mechanism of them. This would be your gear shifter. So yeah, lots of old stuff. So this was one of the diggers, I believe, that was hooked up to this wheel. And I'm actually surprised that this door is open. It wouldn't be recommended to go in there, so I'm gonna be kind of careful. I'm gonna take some pictures though on the way out. I'm just gonna briefly show you guys in here. I'm not gonna walk too far down in here because you can see it's a drippy hellhole and a half, but really there ain't much to see here. Really, it's just down to that locked door down there, and the rest of that would be a part of the mines. really. So I'm gonna take some pictures when I'm up here so I can send to my buddy and Jan and my girlfriend, whatnot. So yeah, so this is the old mines we had up here in Sulitjelma. And then all the way out there, the lights out there, you can see that's the power station. And then we got the waterfall over there. And here we apparently have what seems to be a fire pit of sorts. Well, of sorts, whatnot. So as you can see, this place is very old. But even though it's old, it's quite high up, so you can get some really cool shots. But you better be careful when you walk along the tracks here, because they are not protected on the other side. So if you step wrong here, if you step wrong here, cough cough, it's a death trap and a half, I tell you. It's a death trap and a half if you fall down there. It's a death trap and a half. So yeah, it's been quite a long time since I was up here. I think the last time I was up here, I think was at least like 8-9 years ago. At least. At least 8-9 years ago. So yeah, kind of weird to think about. This was a fully operational mine back in the day. It's kind of interesting to think about. This was a fully operational mine back in the day. Which is kind of interesting to think about. And there you have one of the drill heads. So yeah, kind of interesting. Now this right here is just a collapsed madness, really. So it's not really something worth looking at. It's yeah, not really a safe building to say the least, but it's a generator over there, and this is a bucket to one of the diggers in here, which is also quite damaged, if you will. So I'm going to be kind of dangerous. I say I'm going to be kind of careful here. Because this is not a safe place to be. So just to have that said, just a little bit of a disclaimer. Be careful about the places you visit if you're going out doing stuff like me. Be careful where you go, because as you can see, this thing can collapse even more any minute. So you really got to know. You really got to know the places you're walking around. You really got to know them. Now I've technically speaking known this place, even though I've been living in Trondheim now for a solid 5-6 years. I've known this place pretty much since I was little. So I kind of know the ins and outs of this place. And actually when I was younger, went on school, I actually was ravaging through that building too. So I kind of know this place kind of in and out. What's the clock? 29. We have good time, really. So if I wanted to, I could actually take the long way down. Really, I could. Because there's not really a way to get into that building, and really there's nothing more than just houses and stuff. Or well, if you drive far enough up that way, you get to the to another building site up in there. But that I can take another day and maybe drive up there and show you guys if we decide to drive around up there. So yeah, so I was supposed to end this video earlier, but I decided just like, you know what, fuck it, let's take a little bit of a trip. So this is the, well, now visiting mines. To be honest with you, I am a little unsure if there is that much visiting at this mine anymore. I'd have to ask my mom, or maybe even probably my grandmother about that, because I haven't been on any of the Sulitjelma Facebook groups in like a long while, so I would be kind of unsure about it. I mean, a lot of things have changed up here since when I lived up here. You can see where the Coop Prix is right now. That Coop Prix was never there. If you see the yellow house out in there, that would be where my aunt lives, and there is where the old, or would that be there, or would that be further out? Would that be another yellow house? Yes, that would be another yellow house, wouldn't it, or no? Now I'm actually unsure. Give me a minute. Or would that be? Yes, that would indeed not be that house, or would it? Or maybe it would. Yes, because that's the turn-in. So yes, that would be there, wouldn't it? Yes. Yeah, because there is Sulis Bensin. So yes, it would be there. So that yellow house out in there, that's where my aunt lives. And down there was where the old, yeah, because there's a sign. So there you can see that building right there. That was where the old Coop Market was. And then we have our school here, which has been built on. That part right there wasn't there before. Before it was only the back part, which is still kind of existing up in there. And that's really it. So of course we got a pricks there now. So that entire area was before just a bush hole and a half, really. And then the school got this new build part of it in there. And the old part of the school is still existing, surprisingly enough, because parts of that is the old gym hall. The gym hall is still in the old building. Whatnot. Yes. And then out there is my grandmother's place and all of that stuff. And up there is my other aunt's place, whatnot. So yeah. And then we come back down here. So there's the fire. No, fire I say. The fire station has moved here. It was out in Furulund before, where we initially lived. Oh, they have all their trash, main trash stuff down here. Huh. Well, then I know that too. So down there, I haven't really paid attention to that when I've been driving past here. I've been looking at the road per se. So yeah, and then we got the industriområde, or the industrial area, if you will want it on English. That's the waterfall, not a car. Which means I should be safe to cross real quickly and show you the industrial area. Wasn't there, technically speaking, a quick road down here once in a lifetime for the industrial area? Thought so. because now I know there's a road down from my mom which leads pretty much directly into the industrial area. The industrial area has changed quite a bit. I mean, there's even a dead bus down there now. But I'm not that well known with that part of the industrial area. I'm mostly known with this back part of the industrial area, because that was the part of the industrial area me and my buddies back in the day used to hang the most. So it's mostly this back area of the industrial area I'm mostly known with. But I also know some of the front parts because I've been in the workshop down there way back in the day. Really, the best way for me to potentially show you something down there now would be to go up and then go down the second road exit per se, and I'm gonna get over on the right side of the road, because if people are going up there, they come flying up here for obvious reasons, because this hill is kind of steep. So here you can see 12.June, or what would be the ore sorting plant. So this was where all the copper and silver and brass, I think maybe we had some gold, maybe whatnot, so they will be sorted out, and then they will be brought with conveyor into the main house there, where all the pulverizing and all of that shenanigan would happen. I'm not too in depth on this system, but oh well, I know my ways around it. Ish, if you will. So yeah, and this was some of the amazing art we got done on these buildings back in the day. This was way back in the day. This was back when I was still on school here. Yeah, so this would be probably 7th grade or end of 6th grade, because I believe end of 6th grade I was here, and I believe that was when they started doing this art. So we got art there. You will see it eventually. We have 2 or 3 artworks on that building, what would be, I believe, the pulverizing house, if I'm not completely mistaken. If I'm not completely mistaken. And then up here we have some older houses. I believe there's some people living in some of these houses up here, but really all the houses up here, really, I mean, I shouldn't say they have to be torn down and rebuilt, but I would say at least internally something should have been done with something should have been done with the internal construction work. Probably electrical should have been completely rewired and all that shenanigans. Like you can see, here is the main power lines that goes up. So here you got, these are 3-phase lines. I believe these are two 3-phase lines, unless one of those lines are data only for the old system. Yes, that right there is the 3-phase line coming out of the ground and over. So that's the 3-phase line coming out of the ground and going over there. Then there's another split up in there going up there, and then there's a split coming back which goes down and then runs over to our house. So this is the 3-phase line going over to our house. There is the transformer. I believe that's one of the transformers, I believe. So that splits that up there, and then that right there is the grounding post down in there. So that's the grounding post for this one. And then that's the 3-phase line that goes back over to our house. Oh, helvetes jävlar. Which goes over to our house, and then from our house goes a feed out there which is just a standard single phase feed, which is going out to this one, which as you can see is not really done correctly, but here we are. All the times different measures, if you will. So with that said, this is probably going to be the end of this video for real this time. Clock is now 12:53. My mom had to work to 1, so we'll probably be well, connected to router, you see. My mom is going to be home at 1, so I think that's really enough. I was about to say trespassing, but enough showing you guys around Sulis today. Gotten a few pictures, gonna send those around now. I'll probably hang around outside until my mom is here if she wants to load some of this into the car before we go in for the night. So I'm just gonna say bye here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little extra part of this video. If you guys did, life would be greatly appreciated, and let me know down below if you have some specific places of Sulis you guys want to see, if you've lived up here before, stuff like that. Be interesting to know how many of you guys actually recognize this place. So yeah, so I want to say thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, stay awesome, and Neko Live out.